Hey everybody, Brian the Wild Armenian, rat ride carport builder mechanic, whatever you want to call me. Don't call me late for lunch. Hey, looks like I got my pointing finger right, huh? And I don't mean to be pointing at you guys, it's just something I do, I guess. And that slow delay there coming in the video, no, I'm not getting forgetful. I was looking at my little minute timer dealy on the phone here, this new phone, and it's pretty neat. I like the phone. And everybody's giving me comments at the contrast of it all, the sound, everything's great. So thank you very much for your comments, and it's very helpful to me. I said I was going to do this step 2 on building wealth. And step 2 is making a budget and stick into it. Oh boy, And that's crucial. Now I'm retired, we got everything paid. We're debt free and all that, and got a nest egg. But we still, even being retired, I still have a budget. I can't go overboard, and start spending and blowing everything, go and spending outside my means, and that's the whole thing. And that's it too, Many years ago, I went through a lot of courses on financial building and wealth building, and Larry, let me get this right. Larry Burkett, I hope I said that right. Yeah, Larry Burkett, and Burkett, and was out of Atlanta, Georgia area, and it was the Christian Financial Ministry, and I'll tell you what, it was at the time I was struggling, and there's some YouTubers out there like Michael. He walking around, really young gentleman. I watch his videos. Really does a really fantastic job. He gives you the current events, what's happening nowadays with the real estate market. And there's this other guy, Brandon. He does an automobile thing, and I watch his show too. And boy, I tell you what, those guys they're telling it like it is. The market's out of crazy. The real estate market's high, and all that. And yeah, back, and I don't want to go back in my day. I think it was, 1980s or something like that, 80, when Jimmy Carter was in office. The interest rate was high, really high. And I was in my 20s, and I was struggling. I couldn't even buy a job. We were buying jobs back then. There was agencies that, you pay them so much to get you a job, and it wasn't helping me, man. I'll tell you what, I was struggling back then. But getting back to this Larry Burkett, in this financial ministry, I remember getting the book and reading it and studying it, and he had a lot of things that popped out to me, and being a good steward to your money. It's and like I said, it's Bible related stuff, and it was being a good steward to my money. And that's a key thing, and it didn't make me rich, didn't get me out of debt, all that, the thing I was dealing with that, back then, but it planted a seed in my head. And as times go on, life goes on. We're in a financial bubble right now, whatever it is. I don't want to even call it, because I don't have a crystal ball. But I know back then, when on the years of going through this, things will pass, It's just like I did a video a while back, a couple weeks ago, about, like the Yardbirds did a song, The Birds, and Joni Mitchell did that. Oh, by the way, Joni Mitchell, I think, was the first one to sing it. The song was basically written in 58, so let me get that right. But anyway, the song was, you go through seasons of life, everything turns, there would be, and it's in the Bible also. And it's very important to know these things, because you're in the middle of crap right now. Your payments are this much, and your house payments this much, or your rent's this much, and the groceries are this much, and you're making, you're buying things. But what helps you through is these little seeds and nuggets, like that book, Financial Minister, helped me, gave me faith. It conditioned. It helped started conditioning my life. Over the years too, there's other authors that wrote books, and I think Robert Kiyosaki had a book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and and that helped me too. And the philosophy behind that, like, okay, my buddies and my friends I hang around with, family members, none of them are successful, but I'm listening to their advice. So what I do, I found somebody that was successful and listened to their advice. So that was my rich dad. And that helped me too. I could go listen to my buddy that's struggling like me, how to do it. He's struggling too. Yeah. So I go listen to old Ed, which ended up being a mentor of mine, and he did it. He made millions of dollars, and I listened. How did you do it? Never gave me a dime, but I listened to him. More nuggets. And that's very important. Just remember, you hang on. These days are tight, It was tight back then. Life can be tight anytime. I knew a man that said that his mother lost their house, got foreclosed, and they only owed $5,000 on it. That was back in 1950, 51. $5,000. Man, a lot of people get that in their income tax check, at the beginning of the year. $5,000. Wrap your mind around that one. That actually happened. That was back then because the wages were so small. $5,000 looked like a mountain. And so, that's it. Everything changes. Everything turns. You got to hang in there. You do simple things like this. It's not going to happen overnight. You got to condition yourself. Do I need that lotto, that $12 lotto, that $7 a coffee, liqueur, whatever it is? I can make coffee at home. That $7, I can buy a whole thing of Folgers for what? Sometimes they're on sale, Some of those are up to $7 too, and whatever market you're in. But yet you can make coffee all week with that, and that block of coffee, instead of paying $77 for one cup of coffee, you can go to the grocery store and buy, it's just simple things like that. And believe it or not, people, and I'm really surprised, I've known even doctors and lawyers that didn't know how to manage their money, and they made good money. They were at $80,000 a year, $100,000 a year, and they were never taught basics. You got this much coming in, this much going out. That's simple. This is the bills. I mean, this is the income. This is your income. This is what you're paying out. Your rent, your car, everything, food. And you got to look at it. You got to make a budget and stick to it. And nothing will happen overnight. But I guarantee you, if you just try these little simple things, and nothing new. I didn't come up with this. I learned from the school of hard knocks. Trust me. And it was, I'm a hard head. Sometimes some people are slow. Yeah, well, I was one of them, over the years. But finally, it sunk in. And those wisdom nuggets kept coming on. It's just one day at a time. And the Lord willing, and the creeks don't rise, I'll see you next time. Thank you. God bless. Oh, and give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe to my channel, and share it with a friend. I need all the help I can get, trust me.